Good morning, all you wonderful, beautiful beings of light out there. All of you on social media, whether you're on Facebook, Zoom, YouTube, wherever you are, we want to welcome you to the Center for Spiritual Living, Charlotte. I am your host, Horace. And if this is your first time, we want you to know that we are just so delighted that you have chosen to join us today. With modern technology, we are just extremely grateful for this opportunity to touch so many lives, especially you all through Zoom, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you may be watching us from. So please feel free to visit our website, cslcharlotte.org, and you can put in a prayer request and subscribe. We are always adding to our recordings and adding them to our website each week. So let me just tell you more about who we are. The Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte is a new thought community living in ancient wisdom philosophy based on the science of mind. The science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes was definitely a man on a mission. He studied truths from all of the world's religions and spiritual paths. Holmes developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into our world. So at CSO Charlotte, every philosophy is honored, along with every race, sexual orientation, and physical distinction. This is a diverse community. There are many paths to the divine. We can call it God, peace, love, spirit, infinite mind, or the I am presence. It really doesn't matter what you call it. What does matter is to know that this is your power that resonates within you. You do not have to leave your philosophy or nature of knowledge. You can just join us anytime. We recognize and refer to many holy scriptures, such as the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, and that's just to name only a few. So our vision statement is to continue a spiritual community, creating and preparing a succession of future leaders who can fully integrate, teach, and expose this science of mind philosophy, its principles, messages, and practices that strengthen the mind, body, and spirit of each and every individual. So one of our aims is to create a high collective consciousness for everyone in this community. We teach everyone the tools to do just that. So come and join us as we meet each and every Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you're going to find out more about that when we talk about opportunities, because this is an event you really do not want to miss, because we have a lot of fun there. Just saying. So welcome everyone and enjoy our service as we celebrate this powerful being which lives within each and every one of us. So before I pass the mic over to our awesome, fabulous, fearless leader, I want to leave you with this thought, because she's going to tell you in a few minutes that our theme for today is your vibe attracts your tribe. So our vibe attracts our tribe. So with that, I want to leave you with this thought. Be the kind of person you like to hang out with. And then here's another one. With the right vibes and the right people, it's easy to create something magical. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to our awesome, fabulous, fearless leader, Reverend Rosedale.
Wow, hey, that was phenomenal, Horace. That was just absolutely phenomenal. All about today's talk, just gravitating people towards each other. You know, your vibe attracts your tribe. I love it. So anyway, thank you to our fabulous, awesome MC there. You are fabulous, Horace. So to our YouTube listeners and everybody all around, welcome to CSL Charlotte. And if you're on If you like to leave comments, do so right there in the comments and subscribe and like this page. So fantastic. So Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte is the mind, body, spirit center. And what we do is we make sure that we balance all three of those throughout every day of our lives. Well, at least I do. I'm speaking for me, but I'm sure everybody else gets the chance to pull up themselves by their own bootstraps too at times. So that being said, let's now look at what we do first. The first thing we do is we open up for our beautiful, lovely, magnificent Dr. Wanda, who is going to do our opening prayer. And that opening prayer sets the tone for the Divine Body Spirit Connection at CSL Charlotte. So that being said, I can't think of anybody better than somebody I just finished hanging out with in California last week and got a chance to touch, eat with her, and all kind of stuff like that. So with that said, you're in for a treat. Here is Dr. Wanda with her prayer.
Good morning. It's my pleasure to be here this morning with you at CSL Charlotte. And we start our service each and every week with an affirmative prayer, which means we speak in the affirmative, we accept our good, and we acknowledge that we are a loving, magical expression of God. And so right here and right now, I ask you to just join me in present moment, let go of whatever happened during the week, yesterday, last night, anytime before this moment, and release any ideas of what's possible in the next moment. Stay right here with me. Take a deep breath, relax in. And what I know right here and right now is that there is a power and a presence that is always surrounding us, everywhere, at all times. There's no place where God is not. It is that omniscient, omnipresent, magnificent expression of love and light that I choose to call God. And so right here and right now, what I do know is that each week, our tribe comes together in order to prepare a space of safety and acceptance and encouragement for each and every one of you who join us. What I also know is that our vibe does attract our tribe. We know that in science of mind, I know and accept that all things are possible. We have DNA at the center of our being that is a result of being just burst into this life as a magical, unique expression of the one power presence that I call God. And so I know that each of us is magical, as Horace said in the beginning. We are the magic, and you are the magic, and we create the magic in the world. So right here and right now, I know and accept that each and every person here is elevated, empowered, encouraged, and accepted for exactly who they are. Everyone of every diversity is welcome here. It is my pleasure to welcome you, to know for you prosperity and healing and love and joy. So it's joyfully this morning that I know that our minister, Reverend Rosedale, always opens herself each morning to allow spirit to move through as and in her as she speaks her word. And I know that she is always evolving. And each time I arrive on this platform, I know that when this moment is over, that I am different from the moment this started. I am always inspired. I am always growing. I am always evolving. And I know that each and every one of you, every moment of every day is evolving. And so I accept your spiritual journey as the perfect one for you. And with that, I simply say thank you, God. Thank you for the opportunity to be here with you today and know the truth of you. And so it is.
And so it is. And so it is. You know, Dr. Wanda always leads that prayer to just empower me. So that's fabulous. Being first on the platform carries its weight, if you will, today. So great, 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 great. All about attracting your tribe. And she was one of the people I attracted, by the way. You may hear about that in the talk, and maybe you won't, but it depends on where I want to throw it in. So anyway, after this, I want you to know that the person that's about to do our reading today, she was with us from the onset, and she's been watching and growing and attracting things. I am knowing that right here and right now, as she always does something new, she always gets something out of each one of her readings. So every time she does, I can see it in her. So I'm just grateful that she's the type of person that likes to do the reading a lot. So Groovy G is going to open us up with your tribe, your vibe attracts your tribe reading, to open up this reading and make it come to life. So Groovy, go ahead and make it happen and make it do. Oh, but before you do that, first of all, well, we got to hear the song. The song is John Lennon. Imagine all those people, but the name of the song is actually Imagine. But I want you to take that in as you're thinking about that, because we're talking about people today. We're talking about attracting your tribe. So really get a handle on this whole day, because the rest of this week you are going to be attracting people and you're going to know why. Ruby, make it do what it do.
Good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to share a reading with you written by our very own Rosedale Jones. The title is Your Vibe Attracts Your Tribe. It is often said that like attracts like, and this concept holds true when it comes to the energy we emit and the people we attract into our lives. Your vibe, or the energy you radiate, is a reflection of your spirit and connection to the source energy within you. By consciously cleaning up your vibrations, you initiate a transformative shift in the type of people who surround you. In other words, it is a dynamic transformation. When you vibrate at a higher frequency, you naturally draw in individuals who resonate with that same elevated energy. This higher vibrational tribe brings forth peace, contentment, and prosperity into your life. They uplift and inspire you, creating an environment conducive to growth and fulfillment. As you align yourself with positive vibrations and embrace an abundant mindset, opportunities for personal and professional prosperity begin to manifest. The collective energy of your tribe amplifies your own vibration, creating a powerful synergy that attracts even more abundance into your life. By focusing on raising your own vibe through spiritual practices such as meditation, gratitude, self-care, and positive affirmations, you can consciously attract a higher vibrational tribe that supports your journey towards peace and prosperity. Remember that you have the power to shape your reality by nurturing positive vibrations within yourself. Embrace this understanding as we delve deeper into how constant spiritual practice leads to cleaning up our vibes. The following quote is from Reverend Rosedale. Surround ourselves with a tribe that resonates with our highest potential. And so it is.
John Lennon. And you know who else was on there that I just adore? Idris Elba. So anyway, let's take a 2-minute centering. That's all we need. Just 2 minutes just to listen to that song. Because when you deeply breathe in those words and the lyrics and the melody, do you feel if this world did not have those people, you would be at a loss without these people? Exhale. And as you do that, say to yourself, my vibe attracts my tribe. And take that song and keep remembering, what would you do without all the people in this world? How would you be able to attract any tribe? So, that being said, let's come on in and start to wiggle our fingers and our toes with a little bit of a centering, just to center ourselves around what's to come. Come back into your space and look into it as though you're a brand new person. You have never been here today. And we have not one of us have never been here, not today. So I'm going to take a gratitude moment first, real quickly, and be just so ever so grateful for our fearless MC. He always comes up with the nicest quotes when he starts us off. It's just fabulous. And then I want to thank you, Dr. Wanda, for setting the pace and setting the tone with that prayer. It really did open us up. And then Groovy, that reading, as you know, it also brought this whole talk alive in my mind and my heart and in my spirit, especially when it's read by me. But anyway, you know, your vibe really does attract your tribe, and you know it. Because let me tell you something. If you're an alcoholic, if you're a drug user, if you're whatever it is, guess what happens? You attract them. Oh, you thought that, you know, you could be where you are? Oh. And then you thought maybe, well, I should get what I want because I want the riches. Hey, you don't act like the riches. Hey, you don't treat your body like the riches. Oh, you don't eat right. Oh, you don't do the right things that you're supposed to be doing. So you're gonna get those people that complain about this, my weight, I'm sick, I'm that. You know, when we quiet the noise of that story that we tell ourselves, you know, the story where we don't listen to the whispers of the inner wisdom inside of us. You see, there's whispers constantly going on. But you know, I've learned how to listen to the little whispers of wisdom inside of me. And it comes all the time now. I remember they used to come and I used to say, but I want them to come back again. Now it's every day. This morning I heard, hey, Rosedale, that looks really good. And it was something that I was just doing in my dreams, but I don't remember what it was. And I said, okay, cool. Now you're going to show me what that is so I can like it. And that's exactly what I do to that voice. I talk to it, my little inner wisdom. For all I know, they could be the person that I'm going to meet tomorrow that I haven't met yet. I'm always open to meet people. Again, I say that all the time. I don't meet a stranger anywhere. You see, with that little beautiful voice, I gain a lot of insight into who I'm meeting next. And I'm ready for them and they're ready for me, but they don't know they're ready for me. I barely know who I'm ready for, but I know that I'm ready for people. Because the show is on when I step out of my door. Let's put it that way. So I noticed, I want to take me back a time when I was still in the police department. And I'm going to tell you how I know this voice followed me forever. I didn't always notice it as the inner wisdom voice, but it was always there. And if I didn't think right, or if I didn't continue to grow, I would be saying some really crazy stuff in my mind right now and be living a really crazy life right now, but it's different. So anyway, I heard back in that time, it's time to change your people. And I didn't understand why I said that to myself, because I used to say, something told me. Now I don't say that anymore. I call it now my inner wisdom. But you know what? I could have never heard that if I wasn't still. And the only time I hear things that's of importance is when I'm waking up out of a sleep and I'm getting a download. I'm always constantly appreciating that download and open for it. But then maybe 2 or 3 months went by because I don't think I acted on it right away. But I eventually left the police department because there was a thing where a guy, I forgot his name, but they took him in the 7-2 precinct and they plunged him in his rectum. The police, well, you're not surprised, are you? And they did that to this man. And Luima was his name. And so when they did that to that man, I could no longer identify with this pack of people anymore. I could no longer be a part of this. I started calling it a monkey race. Let me tell you how I know why I understand that it came to me the way it did. I had been creating little cassette play cassette tapes for people as a minister, not a minister, as a youth counselor and a family counselor as a police officer, right? That was what I did. I was in charge of the whole community with schools and families to make sure everybody was taken care of. And something told me, right, that inner voice in me said, you like to I like to make recordings with music. But then all of a sudden, when it wasn't music, I started reading books like Louis, because I started becoming really important. I felt it really important to get with people when I became in this particular position. And so I would make these recordings and so that I can help people to understand more better about themselves. So I was reading books like from Rupert Sheldrake about the morphogenetic field, all kinds of stuff like that. I started getting books by Louise L. Hay, and I started taking her affirmations and throwing them in those recordings, and kids who were running away from home. Well, you know, just a lot of stuff that I was able to give to people. But you know what I had to do now? Hold up. Now check this out. When I would practice to listen to them after I have created them, I would have to either lay back on my back or sit in silence and actually hear it, because I want to hear what they're going to hear and how they're going to feel. But let me tell you why all this stuff had stirred up in me. Because I had begun meditating, and I did not call it that. I just called it me listening to that. But let me just tell you, I got swept up in this morphogenetic field. That's the same field that I keep telling you that no matter who you are, Catholic, Baptist, Christian, whatever you are, you speak it in the same field when you pray. There is no right way to pray. Reverend Karen said that in one of her prayers one Sunday. She said, oh, I'm not even following the steps. I'm just, honey, listen to me. When you are praying from here, your heart, it's going into that morphogenetic field. And that morphogenetic field, which Rupert Sheldrake, that's where I got it all from, Rupert Sheldrake used this as a concept to say that these are behaviors that attract humans together. That's what I research constantly. That's how I talk like I talk, because I believe what I'm reading. I mean, I know it and I apply it to my life. So after knowing all of this and gaining this insight about what was going on in my life, I began to say, I understand why I got to leave. And I came to work days after that, when I started to understand why that voice came to me a couple of months prior to the time I came to work this one day. I said, I don't even know you anymore, so-and-so. I mean, just the things that they were saying and the laughing, because there was a time when me and these people used to go out we would work from 4 in the afternoon to 4 midnight and then drink from 1 midnight to 4 in the morning. And those were the fun times for me then. But then suddenly, I was called to the morphogenetic field. That is the field where I began doing practices, because I began making those recordings. You get it? I was meditating and didn't even expect to be. And my soul was changing. I was changing on the spirit level. But I didn't know that yet. You hear me? This is all the way in the 90s. I still didn't know that. I just knew that I can't be with these people anymore. That revelation came to me and said, you have to change your people. Okay, so that was enough. And I looked around these people and I thought like that. So one day I was looking at the newspaper, and I never read a newspaper now, but at that time, that's what I used to do. Right? That was the Rosedale growing. And I looked at it and I saw that article once again of Louima, because it's been running for weeks, as you can know. That's how it does. They just keep us in horror over stuff, right? But it gave us an interview of his wife. I looked at this Black woman and I said, they took her man's dignity. So that was the thing that just drew it. I said, I can't be a part of this anymore. I took my gun, my shield, my badge, and all of that. And I went back and I told him I'm resigning today. I could not. I would go home at night. I'm all at peace and happy for making these recordings. And then I'd sleep so well. I'd be so happy in my world. Then when I get there, I wasn't happy. Well, Spirit doesn't want me to be miserable. But listen to this. Before I gave those recordings to people, I would tell them, when you do this, make sure you call me and da-da-da and tell me what you're doing and tell me how you're doing, because they have grown so much. I just felt like, well, at least you can connect with these people. Goes to show you, your vibe cleaned up, you attract your cleaned up vibe attracts your tribe. I still have many of them in my tribe. In my Facebook page, that they still connect with me. I still have many of them that text me from now on and again to tell me how things are going now. Old rape victims who are doing fabulous in their lives. I did not realize that I was cleaning up my own vibe. You see, what's her name? Valerie Hunt, Dr. Valerie Hunt, who is deceased. She created a wonderful studies that she conducted into the human behavior. In other words, she really actually used these instruments, these maps, and these things to show that this energy within us, that that we have, that you, whether you believe it or not, is a connection. Alan's over there, I'm over here. There are little wires connecting us 24/7. Just because you don't see it don't mean you don't know. Do you feel someone's eyes staring at you from the back of your head? Do you? Or is it just me? Can you tell that when you walk into a room, somebody is watching you? And soon as you look at them, you got the right person? It's no mistake, guys. We have this, her primary work was based on understanding the energy field, the human energy field. It was also, she called it the aura, the biofield. This stuff is so powerful, and I'd like to just keep going into it because it's true. I really enjoy this, and I use it to my advantage all the time, and I know when I'm using it. I use it in a consciousness meeting, although I can't tell everybody, I can't give everybody my 20 years or so experience in one call. But I do know that if they keep doing this over and over and over the same way I did, they will be here. I had no problem taking that time, being single for all these years, because I knew that I was called to this because of my morphogenetic field that I surrounded myself with when I do that meditation. And when I first started doing it, remember how I told you, I used to say, oh, I want this thing to come back. And it wouldn't come back. Why didn't it come back? Because I was attached. Now I'm no longer attached. I'm just open. I love those groundbreaking studies that I read, man. And Dr. Valerie Hunt, she's one of the latest people. She transitioned in 2014, I believe. But I remember reading about her back then, and I said, "Oh, really? That's interesting." And then, of course, I was called to come to ministerial school. I wasn't intending to do that, but I wanted more. So I said, well, I've done all this. This is nice. I was going to all those classes and everything. I needed a hike. Honey, let me tell you something. To me, Holmes Institute was the best when it comes down to teaching these sciences. And I was the main student. that I know got this information because I took my time and studied this stuff. Those tools this woman would use, I can't even tell you what they are. But let me just tell you this. I always teach this in all my classes, and it's called A Day in the Life. And every single time I write a story and I'm thinking about going to the next level of my life, guess what happens? I end up saying that all the people are lined up waiting to meet me. And I mean that. I do say that. I don't see people, I don't know names, but I always do what John Lennon did is I imagine all these people coming to me, attracted to me because of who I am. You heard it. Imagine all these people living for peace. Woo-hoo! Right? I just get it. And if you can imagine that, they're going to draw to you. That was in the Bible. I draw all good men to me. I draw people that's good to me by polishing up my vibe, cleaning up my vibe. You see, the human body is it has an amazing ability to generate this thing called an electromagnetic field. And do you know we are rays? We are start out the reds and we just go right across a spectrum. And if someone's living in the red and I may be on the other side of the spectrum trying to communicate with them, they will not hear me. They will not agree with me and they won't even like me. Do you understand that everybody's not going to love me? Do you understand that everybody's not going to love you? No, they're not. No one. I'm not going to love all of the people that want me to love them. Because it doesn't work like that. It works on where are you? Where am I? Can we feel each other's vibes? So here, when I wasn't sure when I went out to Seaside to do my book writing tour, and I said to myself, wow, I have no idea who's going to come or who's going to show up. But every single night, I went to bed thinking, a whole big people around my table. You know what? Guess what? There was a whole lot of people around my table. And you know what? Somebody absolutely said to me, oh, your energy is electric. Why would you use that word? And I'm sitting here thinking about my talk, the talk I want to talk about, the electromagnetic field. Why would this man tell me that my spirit was electric to him? That was just confirmation. Did you know that we have these little neurons, our neurons, right? I just use these words, but guys, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to be a scientist and try to make myself sound so smart. I just want you to know I'm making myself sound as simple as I can. And we have these mirrors that people can see us and they know who we are before we know them. We be in the grocery store. Somebody, even though they looked at us, they know. And it's a fabulous thing. So listen, let's say, for example, I tell myself, I attract the people because I want to be happy. So I'm not going to be right all the day, all the doggone time. You don't know what I was getting ready to say, but skip it. I'm not always going to be right, but I am going to end up happy. You better believe that, no matter what I do. So what I decided to do was say to myself, I'm going to make sure that I'm in a good mood before I leave my house this morning, every day. And I start saying something, like today I would say something like, guided by spirit, I'm calm and confident. I might say something like that. And I have my little phone. Because some days if I want to remember something new I want to say, I just open up my phone and look at it and tell myself, oh yeah, that's what I'm going to say today. And while I'm walking out of the house, down to the car, out to the wherever, whatever, I'm saying that. And that's why I have no problem walking in there Friday night, looking for the place I was lost in with all these people, because somebody is going to listen and take care of me. And the guy jumped out from behind the counter to show me where this place was. He said, "Let me show you outside." He's working. And he has a line of people. But he said, "I have to help Rosedale." His spirit said she needs help. Showed me. See that building right there? Go right around and da 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 da. And I found the club. And then I picked up a lady on the way. So it was so wonderful. So listen, just know that your vibe attracts your tribe. And remember that, because I want you to embrace the understanding that as we delve into our deeper and constant spiritual practice day in, day out, yeah, you might not be doing it day in, day out yet. But there's going to come a time when you will. Because when you start seeing all those wonderful things going on in your life, you are going to want to do it. It's like going to be I'm hungry for do this. I'm hungry for do this. I'm hungry to do this. I was watching The Office yesterday and they were talking like that. Okay, stop, Rosedale, calm down. But you know, that's exactly what it is. And so if we can continue this constant spiritual practice, we're going to start to clean up our vibration even more. And then we're going to start to attract more. So this song that I'm about to let you hear by called whatever it is. Your Good Vibes. Good Vibes is going to be all about talking about how your energy attracts good vibes. Bring in only good vibes. If you can bring only good vibes, guess what happens? You will get a good tribe. I love it. I love it. Bring in only good vibes. I wish I could sing like that, man. Oh man, I tell you what, when I hit music that I like, I love music. You know, that's probably why my voice is a little funny, because Friday night I was Rebecca. You know, I mean, what are you gonna do? Music just moves me. So this is when we talk about birthdays, right? So I never forget about birthdays. In fact, it's just not something you want to forget about. This is the day you came to be. I'm not just saying that. I mean it. The birthday means a whole lot to me. And my birthday is next month. And my cousins and them were saying, "So what are we doing for Thanksgiving?" I said, "Well, that's my birthday." Because, you know, I will let you know. Oh, it's my birthday. So they're going to say, "Oh, that's right, it's your birthday." So, yep, that's what it is. I came to be. Why don't you? Do you celebrate your birthday? But let us celebrate your birthday too. At least give you that, hey, from spirit. You know what I mean? You could be anywhere. You don't have to be on this Zoom tonight. Because like I told you, I hear things from afar. You hear things from afar. But maybe it's up to you. But I'm telling you something. If we put a prayer out there, it's going. When we do our consciousness meetings, it's going. So birthdays, you will hear us when we do it. You will feel good. So anyway, I'm just saying, you know your birthday. Shout it down there in the chat or put it in your comments if you're in our YouTube, okay? So just think about that. Alrighty, so I got a big gratitude shout out to all of this fabulous platform as they always are. We got our MC who was Horace the Bush, who really knocked it out of the park. And then we had our Dr. Wanda, who brought that prayer. I told you she brought it to me, and I was like, oh, I was on fire this morning. I couldn't help it. I couldn't hold the gates back. But then we had Ruby that did the reading. And when I hear my own stuff, yeah, I start getting woo. Because, you know, when I was always reading other people's stuff. And now I became a writer. And I'm like, wow. You know, I just think it's just phenomenal it just pushes it. It makes me know that, oh, wow, this is good. People are actually listening. you know. So know that this is phenomenal, this beautiful platform. And also I want to thank Melissa for the announcements and the what is that, spotlighting, and also Groovy G, who's always in the, oh, she's got her eyes and everything peeled on each and every one. She loves this community. Did I say that? She loves this community. She will be here almost every time she can. If she can't be here, I'll know. She's not one of those people that just bail out and go, I ain't coming, you know. But let me tell you something. I thank every last one of them because they love this community. And if they weren't here, I wouldn't be either. You know where I'd be? I'd probably be on the coast somewhere doing all kinds of other things. I don't know. But they're here. So as long as they show up, guess who's going to show up? Moi. And then I got to tell you, we also got our Timmy P, who happens to be our pilot. And he might not say something every single week. He might not be there, but I know he's there. You know, when you got it like that, with a group like that, you got to show up for them. And I got to bring a powerful message to them every single week, every last one of them. Because this is why I like my team, love my team. Okay, that's enough. I think I got everybody. And yes, I did. I don't like missing people. All right, so that's a good thing. So, all right, and then Mo, you know, I already thanked you. So listen, guys, y'all are the best. Okay, so like I said, if they weren't here, I wouldn't be either, and it would be no loss because I'd probably find something else. But I love this because I love them. So that being said, everybody, what are we gonna do now?
Best day of my life song.
Okay, so now we're about to close out now. And just before we close out and Dr. Wanda prays us out, I want you to remember to take each day, let each day count. Let me just say that. Let each day that you live count. Let it radiate positivity in your soul every single day. This is a new day. I'm a new me. So before Wanda prays us out, I want you to hear this quick thing I heard the other day. It said, never regret a day in your life. Good days bring happiness. Bad days give experience. But worse days give lessons. And guess what? The best days give you memories. And I'm telling you, look forward to that because this song that's about to be playing is going to be you thinking this week, this is the best day of my life. This is going to be the best day of my life. So listen to that song and remember it this week. This is going to be the best day of my life. You know, I think that's a great affirmation to get up if you can't think of anything else this week when you want to have something happen for the day. You want to make a productive day for yourself. This is gonna be the best day of my life, my life. But okay, let's go. So now we're going to go now. Let's pray out. Let's pray out because I could do this all morning and I would like to, but I'm tired. Dr. Wanda, please, let's do this.
So that was an amazing message today. Great music, great talk. And I just want to reframe, this isn't going to be the best day of my life. This is the best day of my life. So just relax into this space. And as we move back into our daily lives, we carry this vibration with us. We carry this energy of this tribe into the world. And we elevate, empower, and electrify everyone with whom we come in contact. I know that the words spoken are heard from the filter of our own evolutionary process. I know that I heard them at the core of my being. And I know that each person hears what they need to hear at the level of their own evolutionary process. And I know that each and every one of us has been elevated here today. I can feel the vibration. I can feel the quickening of the energy. I accept and know good as already done. What I know is that my words are only the affirmation of what already is available, already being done in spirit and accessible to us. It was done before I even spoke these words. I know there is unlimited potentiality, and the only limits are those in our minds, our inability to let go of anything that is suppressive, We have a spiritual DNA that is our power. It is our birthright to be joyful and happy and prosperous and healthy, like except right here and right now. Good, good, and more good. Pressed down and pouring over. This is our divine birthright. I know this to be the truth, and I release any energy that does not serve me in my highest and best life. I remove my human hands from this prayer, knowing that, as I said, it was done before I spoke them. And I simply let it be, and so it is. Aho.
Oh, and so it is. Thank you so much, Dr. Wanda, for that fabulous closeout. And that saying, guys, we are about to close our service. But before we do, let me just remind you, your contributions, financial contributions, keep CSL Charlotte moving and growing. You know you like my messages, and I know you do. But you know what? Your donations will help to push us forward. If you want to see people in your lives grow, yourself grow, then give more donations so that when we grow and show how fabulous we are out here on all coasts, all different places, you will be so appreciative of what you did, what little you did give. So don't forget to give that donation, and don't forget to put in that prayer request. And above all, don't forget to remember every single day and let them count for you. So with that being said, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will be seeing you next week.